Good morning, all the participants of my video lecture, all the students. The title of our lecture is Methods and Approaches in Teaching English as a Foreign Language. First of all, I want you to get acquainted with the main terms of this theme. These are approach, what is method, and what is procedure. Approach, this refers to theories about the nature of language and language learning that serve as the source of practice and principles in language teaching. It offers a model of language competence. An approach describes how people acquire their knowledge of the language and make statements about conditions which will promote successful language learning. Methods, as you know, a method is the practical realization of an approach, and procedure is an ordered sequence of techniques. Okay, from these terms we can see the next terms, which is what is technique and model. Technique is a common technique when using video materials is called silent viewing. This is where the teacher plays the video with no sound. Silent viewing is a single activity rather than a sequence, and as such as technique rather than a whole procedure. And I want you to get acquainted or to revise the one of the most essential and basic methods in teaching English is the grammar translation method. This is a method that has been used by language teachers for many years. It's a very old traditional teaching method of language. At one time it was called classical method, and early in this century it was used for the purpose of helping students read and appreciate foreign language literature. This is an audiolingualism. It's also a very traditional method of teaching. Owes its existence to the behaviorist models of learning using the stimuli-response reinforcement model. Audiolingualism relied heavily on drills like substitution to form these habits. And remained popular among teachers and students. And teachers who feel confident with the linguistic restriction of such procedures. I want to pay attention, your attention to these terms like presentation, practice, and production. A variation on audiolingualism in British-based teaching and elsewhere is the procedure most often referred to as PPP, which stands for presentation, practice, and production. The presentation, practice, and production, in other words, very shortly PPP, 3P, procedure came under a sustained attack in the 1990s. Michael Lewis suggested that 3P was inadequate because it reflected neither the nature of language nor the nature of learning. And these are the variants of the other methodologists who presented their variants, their ideas about these terms. Okay, put forward by Jim Scrivener. Communicative activity will demonstrate authentic use. Elected dialogue or guided writing will provoke restricted use of language by students. Finally, classification language is that which is the teacher and student used to explain grammar, give examples, analyze errors, elicit or repeat things. And Michael Lewis claims that students should be allowed to observe, read or listen to language, which will then provoke them to hypotheses about how the language works before going to the experiment on the basis of that hypothesis.